Hello everyone, DQ here, and the walk I have for you today is the EVVA Dual, which is a slider walk from EVVA that has 12 sliders and 2 sidebars, and they are grouped 6 sliders for one sidebar on one side and 6 for the other. As you can see, the key is mirrored. You have many cuts. Some of them are even kind of confused me at the beginning, because as you can see, here is flat, here is rounded, here is flat, 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 and here is rounded. Those are the 6 positions. Here are round, flat, flat, flat. And this walk is very challenging, because every single one of the sliders has 2 false gates, and those false gates may look shallow, but they grab really hard and they bite into the sidebar with a lot of force. And as you can see, we have every single one of the slider has 1 true gate, 2 false gates. We have this little protrusion that interacts with the spring, which is, the springs are here. Keyway is also very nice, very challenging, and here this part interacts with the key, and you, for picking, you actually push on this part. Sidebars are the same as in the EVVA ICS. They have these protrusions on one side, they are angled, so you can't just insert them in any direction, they need to be in the proper orientation. And as you might have guessed, these interact with the gates of the sliders. So we have 6 protrusions for the 6 sliders. The housing itself has these grooves for the sliders, because in the picked position, or when the key is inserted, some of them stick out of the core. And if it didn't have those in here, you couldn't turn the core. So the minimum lifts and the max lift, usually they stick out from top or from the bottom, and that's why you have these channels here. We also have the 2 sidebar grooves, and here we have 1 groove for the anti-drill bit, which stays here on the core. Spring loaded as well, as you can see. So yeah, this is the walk in general. Channels for the sliders, and also this format is actually a cam format, which means that you can only pick it, in this case, clockwise direction. You can see this little blocker. When you put it in, you cannot rotate it on one side, you can only rotate it to the other, and it stops 90 degrees. So yeah, I had to pick it clockwise. And for picking this walk, I used this tensioner. It's very important that you put it in the opposite from where this anti-drill insert is, because it goes into the keyway when you rotate. So I put my tensioner here in the opposite side. And for picking, I just used Jimmy Long's flat hook. And what I found out is that there is a binding order, but if you follow the binding order, you go into a false set, and when the false gates are all aligned, and it's very hard to move slider out of the false gate without dropping other set sliders. So what I did instead is actually, through trial and error, I picked this walk for like 3 or 4 hours, and finally managed to pick it for the first time. And basically, by trial and error, I found which sliders need to be pushed. I basically preset them in what order, and basically the last slider was for the open. I had false set then, but if I get the false set earlier than when the last slider is almost set, when I go to set, it just drops. It's very annoying, and this walk is actually pretty hard. In my opinion, it's harder than the EVVA ICS that I picked yesterday. So yeah, I was finally able to pick this one, and it's just amazingly well done. Tolerances are incredible, and just this keyway is very nasty. Some of the sliders you need to push them all the way to the top, and you can reach them very hard because you basically need to go in like this. That's the set position of some of the sliders. So yeah, now let's pick this walk. Okay, EVVA Dual is in the vise. Finally, wow. Guys, I tell you, this walk took me hours, and this is my first open. So let me make a quick thumbnail video for the video. Wow. Okay. Now let's get this walk. Getting is not easy because I don't have the proper tools. That's why I'm doing it like this. Okay. So to get this walk, you actually just wiggle the core out. Here we have the steel insert. Which also has a spring in there, which I think never comes out. So to cut it, just wiggle the core. Oops. Okay, it's almost out. Okay, so left sidebar, left, right sidebar, right, left, right. Okay, and we'll start taking the sliders out now. Just let me find my tweezers. And the right side. It's the first time I'm getting this work, so I will see if it's mastered, because I don't know. You can see the springs, channel for the spring, sidebar grooves, anti-drill inserts, of course. Here's the housing, channels for the sliders, and 2 for the sidebars. So let's see. Yeah, we have 1 through gate, 2 false gates. 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 And I think it's the same for every single slider. Oh man, this walk is insanely hard. Once you're in those false gates, you can't get out. It's almost impossible. So yeah, this will be it. EVVA Dual, picked and gutted. Hope you enjoy. Have a nice day and bye bye.